Hello friends, this is Vedic Astrology by Rani and I'm here to talk about for the predictions for each of your sign for January 2023. Before we start, I want to wish you a very happy new year. Prosperity may be yours and good health will always be yours. That's my wish for each of you. So, and I want to thank you for keep supporting me throughout the months and months of January 22 and before, and because of your support my views are rising in thousands now. And again, once again, thank you and keep visiting me. And I want to remind you that the signs that I do the horoscope for are calculated based on sidereal or Vedic astrology. So you can get your ascendant sign from any free birth chart calculator from mostly those kinds of sites. Let's get started. For the month of January, we start here with the Mercury being retrograde from December 29 through December 29, 2022 through January 18, 2023. Mercury will be retrograde in the sign of Capricorn, but however its effects will linger all the way into February 7th, 2023. Saturn enters the sign of also Aquarius on January 17, 2023. Because Saturn is a slow moving planet, it leaves its big impact on us earthlings. For each sign it will have different impact. We'll talk about that. Now also on January 14, Mars will go progressive. Remember, Mars has been and will remain in the sign of Taurus until March 12, 2023. Now, in addition, Jupiter has been in Pisces since November 24, 2022, and it will stay there until April 22, 2023. Last but not the least, Venus will be in Capricorn until January 21, 23. Then it will move to Aquarius. Now, Rahu is in Taurus until April 12, 2023, and then it will of course moves to Aries. Remember, Taurus move backwards. So keep that in mind, those who are learning to do astrology. And remember, those people who are learning, you must know the significations of those houses if you want to do the predictions. Moving forward, the first sign of the zodiac is Aries, and during the Mercury is the lord of your third and the sixth house, and it will be retrograde, which is ending on January 18. So keep yourself out of the arguments when you speak. Think carefully, because misunderstandings are bound to happen, and I would say, even though like I said, the lingering factors will remain until February 7th. So the matters of the third house, sixth house, which is, what is sixth house? Your daily routine, your enemies, your what you do every day, like your work and job, all those things, they are the highlights. So pay close attention to detail on those areas, and think before you speak, and try not to pick up arguments with others, because eventually when this retrograde period is gone, you're going to be sorry, but you may have messed up some relationships, which is not good for anybody. We should invest in our relationships. So the January starts with your ascendant and your 8th house lord Mars, which will be in your second house. So second house represents our food and our families. So you may feel anxiety in those in your family matters, your what you eat, that can be an issue for you. But otherwise, even though it's a good start for the year, it's time for you to focus on your inner deep level. Your Piscean energy, Jupiter being in Pisces, it wants you to focus on those sattvic, your consciousness, instead of going out there and picking argument with people. If you focus and activate this Jupiterian energy, you can really have good time in your life in a way, and you can have peaceful times too. And it's also time to secure your finances by planning properly. Try not to do overwork thou. Good time to review and restructure your business if those who have business, and also if you have people labor class working for you, or entry level clerical staff even, please try to be fair, give them the fair pay, so that you are, by doing so, you are actually appeasing Shani. And of course, I cannot emphasize enough, please eat the balanced diet, stay away from the junk food, because it's going to come to haunt you in the future otherwise. And then from January 14 through 17, Sun will be in Capricorn, which is your third house, and Mars would have become progressive. And then there will be also Sun and Saturn conjunction for about 3 days. Those 3 days, I have given the planetary information in the beginning, remember, and I'm going to provide in the description box in the below also, so you can check those when those dates are. For those 3 days, please try not to be involved in the heated debates with people, because then Saturn is going to change sign, going into your 11th house, and which is a Aquarius sign. Now Jupiter is a lord of your 12th and 9th house, greatly impact your 6th house also. It will benefit you if you surrender to the will of God, accept God's will. Whatever is happening for the best. That kind of attitude, you will feel then blessed. Follow your duty, dharma, and do donations to the needy people, good causes, respect the saintly people, not the pretend to be saintly people. Those who really are saintly people, those respect them, and you will then be, by doing all those things, you will be waking up your saintly and subconscious good energies. Then we have Venus. It's being in the first in the Capricorn, then it's going to move to Aquarius. Remember, now Saturn is also in Aquarius by now. Therefore, you will notice that there will be a lot of transformations, that all the things that represents Venus in your case. For example, Venus being the lord of your second and your seventh house, your relationships with your spouse, your business partners, your other better half. Take precautions and enjoy. Try to enjoy with them instead of picking arguments, and think before you speak with them. It's time to face the reality of your life, whatever that may be, and it's time to recognize that actually people who are in your life, it could be any relationship actually. Your networking, your uncles, your aunts, your family, all relatives, everybody. Try to be respectful to them, because you may think it's not necessary, but in time, these are the people, when you need them, they will be there for you. So be cautious. And then I would say, if there is any to appease Saturn, if there is or rather Mars, I would suggest please listen to or recite Hanuman Chalisa at least on Tuesdays or Saturdays or both. That will help you to tide this wave in a beautiful way. Taurus, I'm sorry. Hello Taurus, how are you? Hope you are enjoying visiting this site. Now let's talk about what is ahead of your month. In the beginning of the month, Mars will be retrograde and will affect you greatly, because it's in your ascendant lord. On January, then it will go direct, and then you will have Rahu in your 12th house. That makes you feel very restless and anxious. And I'm going to remind you, we have a free will. Yes, those planets will make you very temperamental perhaps, and you just are ready to pick fight with whoever you can. But please take it easy. Try to have deep breathing exercises. You have two strong planets, Mars and Rahu, affecting you, your ascendant. So I cannot emphasize enough that please be careful, relax, and deep breathing exercise and meditation, yoga, it will help you to deal with the martial energy. Now, because you have Jupiter energy in everything, if you apply that Jupiter energy in everything you do, then this energy can be this martial, frustrating, angry energy can start to calm down. Now, be careful when you are having discussions with your spouse or partner. Also, don't let this, try to avoid having angry match with them. Also, avoid being dominant. Also, if you try to dominate your partner or your business people or your better half, is going to hurt your relationship of all those kinds of relationships. So now Sun is in your 8th house and in Mercury is retrograde in your 9th house. Try not to display it as if you don't trust others. Even if you think you don't trust, try not to let it be too clear, too visible to others, because then you will lose good people in your life. Venus and Saturn will be in your 9th house and 10th house in the sign of Capricorn and Aquarius. Okay, so I will give the dates below, and you can match with that. When will be that in this month? Try to be more responsible and giving type. In addition to also expect a transformation in your career when these planets are in your 10th house. After 15th, Mars will go direct and Sun will be in your 9th house in the sign of Capricorn, and then Saturn goes into your 10th house. Things then will start to get better. Okay, Jupiter will be in your 11th house and will be there to help you to get better hold of your finances. It's good for your finances. So be wise. Spend only based on what you are earning at this time, what the money is coming in, not what you think you will earn, and then as a result you end up spending more, and then it can create problems for you. So watch how you spend based on what you are earning. It's time that you should also seek guidance from a wise person or a guru, teacher, so that you can handle things with pure mind and energy, Jupiterian energy. It's important that you may have somebody in the family who thinks like Jupiter, or you may have actual good teacher with the Jupiterian quality. Listen to them, they will be good for you. Mars in your ascendant and Ketu in your 6th house, and it will create Saturn being where it is. I talked about it creates quite a tough energy on your mind. I understand that, but we do have a free will to not let these planetary energies take full control of us. Please, guys, I'm always for that. We have a free will. You have to just tape it within yourself, especially those who have a supporting Jupiter in their chart. Okay, so be respectful to everyone around you, because that is the right thing to do to appease many planets. Therefore, and so this energy cannot harm you. Trust me. It may be a good time for you to plan for your retirement, also for your investments, and learn to relax. And then, otherwise you may have issues like blood pressure or nerve related issue can pop up. Otherwise, skin disease can be there. You can avoid all that if you just learn to relax and don't take out your frustration on whoever comes your way. Okay, now there is a good possibility that some suddenly some money may come to you, perhaps from some inheritance, insurance money, property, all that kind of things can happen, and that's a great news for you. So overall the first half of the month may require you to learn to remain calm, and then learn how to manage your anxiety. It's just there, it's not your fault. Or if you don't do that, like I said, you will have issues with your health, as I described earlier. If you are interested to make changes in your career, it is a good time for you to do that. Last but not least, it may be also a good idea for you to do some remedies to appease Saturn. For example, you can donate black clothing, black lentils, beans, dal they call it, or black, and a lot of black things. And you can also do Hanuman Chalisa on Saturdays or Tuesdays, reciting, or you can, if you don't know how to recite, you can listen to it. And but if you decide to listen to it, please understand the meaning before you do it. Otherwise, if you're not born with that knowledge of the language, it's not going to make any sense to you. Hello Gemini, what is the theme of your month? Do focus on one thing at a time. Try not to say, think, okay, I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do this one too, or that one. No, this will create undue stress on you. Just start one project, one item, like you want to pay one bill, just focus on that. You want to go exercise, just think of doing exercise. Try not to run in many directions, otherwise you may have some issues. But the main thing with you is that your ascendant Lord Mercury is retrograde on the dates I mentioned. So during that period, please be cautious how you speak, what you speak. Don't send out or leave voice messages or anything like that without paying close attention to it. Otherwise, you may meant to say that I'm meeting you, the other person may think you said you're not meeting them. Misunderstandings in your case are bound to happen. So watch when you leave any messages and try to not to speak in anger. Now there is the retrograde Mars is in your 12th house. It may make you feel like that you need to redo your projects or rethink. You may actually need to rethink your decisions that you have made. Maybe your decisions you think are not good enough anymore. But I suggest you can think if you want to, but don't start acting on it, because until the Mercury retrograde effects are gone, you may think moving that you have just moved to a new apartment or new place, and you think that's not a good idea. I was better in the older place, and you go back, and then that won't be a good choice. Stick with where you are. Just think what you need to do. When the Mercury goes back to direct, then you can see if you really need to make that decisions. Rahu will be in your 11th house in the sign of Aries. So you will have high expectations, but Mars being retrograde, aspecting on retrograde Mercury, it's going to create you, to make you restlessness until about the mid-January. Saturn is leaving your 8th house on January 17 to make it so that it can then join your Bhagya house or destiny house, which is your 9th house. And then retrograde Mars aspect to retrograde Mercury makes you might even make you confused, or it's perhaps anxiety will be on your mind too. That's only until the middle of the January. Then Saturn enters your 9th house of Bhagya. You will feel some relief. Saturn moving into 9th house is overall good. Now, I don't think that it's the best thing. Saturn is still Saturn. Expect some hard work also. But overall, Saturn is going to do some good things for you. It's going to bring out whatever Bhagya you can create or you have created. Now, the Sun will be entering your 8th house on January 14, and your third Lord goes in the 8th house, indicates that now is a time that you can do everything yourself, if that's what you want to do. Try to avoid wasting your time on any one project. Like I said earlier, if it doesn't seem to be working out, just move forward. Just drop it. Don't spend endless hours on a project worth $10 kind of thing. It's you have to understand learning to move on. So you may feel some tensions with your boss or your cousins or your siblings, but don't worry, it's not really there. It's most probably it's your own perception. So try to understand that and learn to relax. Now, don't make any rash decisions also, because you especially about stock market investments, or if you want to invest in stock markets, you may want to think very carefully, intelligently, because when the Mercury is retrograde, your rash thinking gets affected. Even the other planets say you can do it, your ability to make intelligent choice in stock market may not be all that great. So just think twice, thrice, fourth time before you actually decide to invest, and based on your strong financial knowledge. If you think you can just say, okay, I can do this way because somebody told you, don't depend on other people's, find your own research. Then we have Jupiter, which can help you to relax and be positive, and it will give you a lot of patience also and better judgment. Yeah, you can depend on your own judgment because Jupiter is giving you that judgment to invest in the stock market. Just be careful. You can make money out of that. Having said that, Sun will give you in abundance because it's give you a lot of intelligence, and then so you can make good decisions about those kind of things that we talked. And it also can help you so even though your intelligence may be still tainted, but it's a mixed bag. You have tainted intelligence, and yet you can do it if you focus properly. Your fifth lord Venus is in your ninth house, and that have Saturn with it too. It will want to give you slow growth in many areas of your life. If you need to teach your children, do it slowly. If you want to invest in stock market, expect a very slow growth. The shares that give you slow growth are the one that you may want to invest if your intelligence say these are the good choices. But versus fast growth or versus slow, invest in the slow gaining stocks. Now there's a better, so you might not in the first half of the month it still will be kind of, your mind will be kind of have instability thinking on these matters also. Second half of the month you will see the potential for in the stock market more, and those shares will also gain as long as they are of slow growth type. All this energy of planets indicate that don't forget to be focused on spiritual relaxing, anti-anxiety meditation, deep breathing exercise, yoga, and relaxed attitude towards other, non-complaining, non-whining attitude will actually help you to capture that Jupiterian energy. So then Jupiter will help you to make good choice in whatever things you want to decide, including your stock market. People don't realize that when we are angry, when we are complaining, we are destroying our good Jupiterian energy, which can then help in wherever in your chart it's placed, where it's aspecting. And so in your case, it is even more important that learn to relax and have forgiving and tolerant attitude about others. So what is a mantra for you this month, Gemini? Slow and steady going into the investment and doing other things is what you can gain. And if you still see the problems because of the all the retrograde energy around you, you can do the Lord Ganesha mantra, Om Gan Ganpataye Namaha. I will post it in the description site also, and if you want to listen to it and you don't know the language, you may want to understand first what it means. So best wishes, Gemini, in the moving forward. Let's talk about Cancer. Hello Cancer, now are you here to take your predictions for month of January, and thank you for your support to my channel. Keep coming. So now Mars is retrograde in your 11th house, and Saturn moves into your 8th house on January 17. Sun will be moving into your 7th house. So if you want to, it's a good time to join your family business, those who have it. It can help you to improve your family money matters. Joint family money matters will improve. It's a good time for those who are looking for a marriage partner also. So it's a good time to hook up with some marriage. If you're looking for marriage partner, it's actually a good time for you to do that. But before you make any conclusion on the prospect of marriage partners, wait until the Mars is not retrograde. You should wait until January 14 at least. When Mars is direct, that may be a good time. Mercury being in retrograde in your sixth house, sixth house. So be careful about how to manage your loans and your finances, or the research work if you are in that field. Also, please be careful what you say or how you speak to other people around you, and otherwise you may end up making a lot of enemies. Okay, you may also, if you end up having some surprise visitor, let's example, or somebody who have the need to stay overnight at your home, I know that it may be not to your liking. Many people don't like that, including Cancer person. But just to remain respectful, okay, because you don't want to invite a family feud. Mars is becoming direct, and so Saturn is going in your 8th house. You indicates it's a time for you to invite transformation in you. Be more open to other people's thoughts and thinking. You don't want to impose your thoughts on the others, and this planetary conditions. Then if you do that, keep your nose out of other people's business, and it will be a good thing for you. Venus rules your 4th house of assets and 11th house of your income, and it's currently is transiting in your 7th house of your marriage partner, your spouse, and other people, your business partners. So expect certain expenses. Please be careful about how your health is also. Do yoga, meditation, deep breathing exercises, and mental relaxing sessions are actually very good for you. Expect, like I said, if you are those of you who are thinking of investing money in some business, like for example, you have gas stations, petroleum business, property, all Saturn kinds of business. Pay very close attention to the details of the business during this time before you jump to make a decision for that business. Read the papers many times. Read the fine detail. You can do the investment. Do carefully. Let's say somebody says, my business is running very good, and here are the receipts. Make sure you find a system where you can verify those receipts. Otherwise, you can make a lot of loss for yourself. So now also try not to take loans unnecessarily unless really you have to do that. Jupiter in your 9th house and aspect your ascendant and your 5th house. So that's very protective for you. It's give you the good sense to do your investments and do your family things wisely. Take advantage of that energy. Activate the Jupiterian energy in your chart. It's very good for you. So, and by respecting the visitors in your house and people who may want to stay overnight, they will leave the good energy behind for you. So also it's a good time for your children, and it's quite favorable. So enjoy, have a good time with your children without imposing on them too much. Hello Leo, thank you for watching my channel and your support throughout the year 2022. I hope you will continue to support me here, and moving forward for your ascendant, your ascendant Lord Sun will be in the 5th house. So what does that mean to you? 5th house is a great placement for the Sun, and then there in the first half of the month, Makar Sankranti will also then move to your 6th house. You'll have Makar Sankranti and the Sun will move into your 6th house. Now Saturn will enter your 7th house by January 17th. It's time to revisit the decisions that you have made or you have been making in the past in reference to your marriage, relationship, business. It's time to take a good look at it. Are you doing the right thing in your life? Is that what you want to achieve by having that kind of good, bad or ugly attitude? It's time to look into those kind of things. You may even now consider making a career change because if you have been thinking about it, because Sun and Mercury Tau retrograde will be in your 5th house. It seems like you may have things to worry about your children. And similarly, those who are in the profession of journalism or writing or public kind of where the public communications are necessary, like reporters even, they will have some ups and downs. There will also be some, the people of Leo ascendant, they will definitely see the ups and downs in the stock market, in the market in the first half of the month. Especially now, if you're working in the field, in that kind of field, that means your job also, if you are in that field, it will be impacted. If you are looking for a romantic partner or marriage partner, it may be very good time for you now. Those who are married, it may help you to improve. It's time you can improve your marriage. You need to have a sit down and talk with your partner and help them understand that you, how serious you are towards your marriage and how serious you are about your other relationships in life. You may have aunts, uncles, cousins, siblings, mother, father, all you need to pay attention to. Even in your in-laws, if you have in-laws, it's time that you be respectful. It's very important. If you want to help somebody and the respect is missing, then Saturn is not happy with that. So have that talk with your partners to solidify your marriage for future. And now also that that you have you have the Mars also. Mars, remember we talked about it, Mars is retrograde, and that also can make a difference. Sun and Mercury retrograde will be in your 5th house, if I haven't said that. And those who are looking for a romantic partner and marriage, it's also a good time for you. And those who are married, just have that talk that I mentioned earlier. And now, because Mars is retrograde in the 10th house, so don't rush in making decisions. In your home life, in your career, and even in your day-to-day life. Stay calm and collected. Don't be rash. Even if you are single and you need to get married, don't be rash. Make sure retrograde planetary energies are over. Otherwise, you will be making the wrong choices. Now, your partner, you need to have. You need to understand that with the strong retrograde martial energy, it will also keep you very busy at your job. So get ready for the hard work and don't get angry with your bosses. This is just this will pass too. Now, even if you work very hard in your career, please don't expect the results of your hard work right away. You're in time down the line, your results will be recognized and you will be rewarded, but just now at this time, try not to demand recognition. It will backfire. It's also a good time to make intelligent and calculated changes in your career if that's what you're looking for, but not because you think you are not rewarded. If you have been thinking to make changes for other reasons, that might not be a bad idea, and then it might even be help you. You might end up getting a high-fi job if you're making the decision to change because that's what you have been wanting to do. Now you have a Rahu in the 9th house and Jupiter is in your 10th house too. So it's time to get serious about becoming spiritually enlightened person. Folks, I can't emphasize enough. When you become spiritually enlightened, I'm not talking about sit there, don't do the religious church and temple things. That's different rituals. Spiritually enlightened person have positive energy in their talk, positive energy even when they're disagreeing with people, without insulting the person, without attacking the person's ideas. You can disagree with people in a positive, relaxed manner, and that's what a spiritually enlightened person does. Now, your spouse also may be involved in business that you may want to do. So, but as far as if you want to travel for that reason, be very cautious due to Mercury. Though retrograde Mercury is there and the other planets are retrograde. Expect yourself to be working very, very hard. So don't let the ego get the best of it. Stay relaxed. Try not to pick fight or argue with people. Okay. Virgo, so you're going to have a great month. All right, thank you for supporting me, my channel, and keep visiting us here. And since you're going to have a great month, let's talk about how does that work. Saturn will be in your sixth house. Your hard work will bring rewards towards you. To you. If there are any other debates or arguments or enemies, you will, with anybody, with the enemies, you will be the winner. Now that doesn't mean you become reckless, okay? Saturn doesn't like reckless behavior. Saturn likes, through intelligence you do the right thing. Now, January 14, Mars will do, it will be good for you when it moves into your ninth house. Sun will move into your fifth house. All this will be bringing you good results. Jupiter in your seventh house, good influence will add in your good results in terms of when you want to make decisions. Okay, Venus and Saturn will add practical touch to the decisions you make about your family and your financial deals. If your father give you some good advice, and if you're convinced it's good, try to take use it and make sure you express your gratitude. It will be actually helpful. Now, I'm not saying everything your father will say will be good, but there is a good chance for you. He may have some good ideas, and it's up to you how you identify those good advice. It's also a good time to get your projects going, whatever they might be, because you have that energy available to make it go forward. If you are looking for a job, it's also a good time to do that. It will be stars are in your favor. Those who are in business, you will have a good helpers or staff available to you. But remember, always, if you want to satisfy your Saturn, make sure you pay your staff properly in a reasonable comparative rates, so that Saturn doesn't get mad at you. Now, try not to rush into achieving your goals in your business, and please remember that go slowly. Okay, go slow and steady win the race is a mantra for you also. Please take precautions in the food you're going to eat. Don't eat junk food. Eat the right food. Eat carefully, peacefully, and thank the good Lord for having that on your plate, what you have. Those who have children will hear some good about their progress and achievements also. Those who want to have children may be also a potent time for them to try. If you were thinking of investing your money in stock market, please pay very close attention to the details and the trends of the market so that the outcome can be beneficial to you. Yeah, so I don't want to say it's going to be just good for you, because this is not something coming from the bhagya. It is, it can come to you if you are careful, intelligent, attention you pay. Now, since Scorpio sign in your chart is in your third house, it will make your work very hard, but you will be rewarded for that hard work. So don't feel down that why you have to work so hard. You will face competition. Sun's placement will make you shine after you have worked very hard. Jupiter's placement in your seventh house shows that it's good time for your marriage. So have that good talk with your partner. Help them understand that you're there for them, but you also have other aspects of life whereby you need to take care of other relationships in your life. There are all kinds of relationships we all have, and as long as you help them understand that, this will bring you a lot of peace and prosperity and happiness in your chart. So see you next month, Virgo. Okay. Libra, thank you for supporting my channel for the last whole year. I appreciate it, and then welcome on my channel. Keep coming, visiting, and keep supporting me, please. Now here we go for the month of January. Venus will be with Saturn for the most of the month, and Venus is the lord of your ascendant and your fifth house. It is time to face the reality. Why? Because we have, for one, we have Mercury retrograde. So try not to make any decisions in a hurry without thinking through in this retrograde period. Sun will be in Sagittarius, and which is your third house, and then moving into your fourth house in Capricorn for the latter part of the month. Try not to get involved in the petty discussions with people around you. Libra, this is your big mantra. Just stay calm and collected when somebody wants to pick an argument with you. And also try to bring some smile. Keep smiling. Keep smile on your face even when the times are difficult. It will really help you. This is what the planets want you to do. Smile with people. Spread the laughter. Even if you think people are not that nice to you, it will be a great remedy for you. So be humorous with people. Now after the 14th, Sun will be in your 4th house and Mars will be direct in your 8th house. Now Saturn will be in your 5th house after January 17. It's good time for those who are students to learn education, and those who want to make changes in their career. It's a good time for them. Start to realize that there are small, simple things in life that you should learn to enjoy. That's something that you want to really pay attention to. Don't wait for your wishful thinking of things that you like to enjoy, like, one day I'm going to retire and I'm going to go enjoy this, or one day I'm going to be have money to enjoy that. Try to just go smell the roses, okay? What you got right in front of you, smile about it and be happy that you have it. You're capable of enjoying it. So you have, then Mars will become direct in your 8th house. It's time to take care of your investments or landed properties or anything that and then it's also for time for you to get transformation. Transform yourself into a better and beautiful you, so that you can attract better energy, better people. People will be then more nicer to you. If you are having financial interaction jointly with your siblings, brothers, or make sure you communicate clearly and directly. And while driving, also be please careful. Be attentive also with your health. Try not to speed when you're driving. Follow all the rules of the road. And also your tax matters. Please handle carefully. Pay attention. Don't mess up anything. And also if you have an inheritance maybe coming to you, be careful. Try not to pick up arguments in the name for your inheritances. Also be cautious when you handle fire, weapons, sharp objects. Please be careful. Be careful near the fire, okay? Avoid confrontations and arguments with people around you. Now, when I say be careful with the arguments, I don't mean you make an angry face and then you can avoid it and walk away in anger. If the other person sees you angry, walking away, you are now creating that person is becoming more angry with you and cause you more problem. So the trick is to smile away as if you are not affected by their anger or you are not angry at them. With that, I will close, moving forward to Scorpio. Scorpio, thank you for supporting my channel and keep coming and helping me grow. And I'm here now to talk about your sign for the month of January 2023. Mars, your ascendant lord, will be retrograde for the first half of the month and will go direct on January 14 in your 7th house. When, wherever you go, whatever you do, whatever you're presented to the world, it will you will have a great impact on the people who come in contact with you. The only thing is you need to take precautions that you're presenting your best to the people because they are watching you. So take advantage of that. Present your best and try to keep smile on your face all the time. And in the second half of the month, you have a good opportunity to resolve your any marital issues that have been lingering around you. So because it's very important to resolve those issues, otherwise they can kind of pile up and later on bring the bigger problems. Now January 17th, Saturn enters your 4th house in the sign of Aquarius, creating a Shasha Yoga. It's a good thing. It will give you excellent leadership qualities. Okay, it's a good time for your career. You will have all the opportunities available to you to display your talent and in what you do, and your performance and promotions are also. It's possible for you to be able to get promotions also. They are there for you, or even if you want to change your career for better, that opportunity is there also. But the only thing you need to worry about is that there will be some restriction on your job scene, because they'll be watching for the mistakes you make. So be careful and remain grounded. It's very good time for you to display your leadership skills. So Jupiter being in your 5th house, aspecting your ascendant, shows that you will have a good opportunity to shine and succeed. When Sun moves from 2nd house to the 3rd house, it also gives you opportunity to new and better jobs, and even if it could mean changing your career also, which will eventually benefit you. You may not realize it, but if that's what you end up choosing, that will benefit you. Now, please, as a remedy for the tough part of this energy, Saturn is still Saturn. Try to donate food to the needy people to increase your karmic bank. Take precautions when you speak, because you must be very careful what you say and who you say. How you say, due to the Mercury being retrograde in your 2nd house is very, very important. January 10th through 20 will be very careful about making changes in your career or in making investments. The words misspoken, incorrectly spoken at your workplace can cause problem and can actually cause damage to your career. So be very careful not to speak negatively to people or about anyone or the projects of others. In addition, please take good care of your health, boost your immune system, pay attention to your skin health, and it should be a good month for you. If for any tough energy, the solution is again donate to the needy, respect the lower class people, and you can also listen or recite Hanuman Chalisa. If you don't understand the language, please make sure you read the lyrics first, so that you know what you're hearing, so that you can attract that good energy for you. So let's talk about Sagittarius. Hello Sagittarius, thank you for keep visiting my channel, and please keep visiting. And last year you guys all have helped me to grow my channel, and I appreciate that. Moving forward, so for you Sagittarius, in January 2023, matters related to career, business and marriage may need you to figure out a way to how to balance all those areas of your life. Second half of the month presents more solution to your problem versus the first part of the month. January 17, Saturn will move into your 3rd house in the sign of Aquarius, and Jupiter will be in your 4th house. Lots of positive energy is available to you. Yay, that's a good news. But you will also have to learn to take charge of the projects and delegate projects to people around you. In other words, don't do all the work by yourself, especially if you are in a lead position or a supervisory position. Remember to delegate the work to people around you. Mars will be direct in your 6th house on the dates I mentioned earlier. So you must take good care of your health. I have also mentioned those dates in the below description area, so you can read the dates and apply wherever I am talking about. Now be careful from your enemies and the competitive people. Handle with care if you think somebody is your enemy. Chanting Hanuman Chalisa is a great remedy. If you don't know the meaning of that, first you can learn the lyrics and at least you can listen to it. trust me, if you listen with faith, it will give you benefits. Mercury will be retrograde in your ascendant, then later on it will go direct. Be careful in how you communicate with others. Don't assume anything. Try to postpone in making decisions, big decisions, until January 20. Try not to be judgmental about the other people or their projects. So Jupiter being in your 4th house will make you a good-hearted person and quite a knowledgeable person too. If you are looking for a car or property, it's a good time to buy it, but the problem is there is a retrograde Mercury, and the retrograde Mercury can create a lot of confusion. So if you want to take advantage of buying property or car at this time, the only thing I need you to do is read the documents carefully. Have someone read it for you so that you don't end up getting a lemon deal. That is the most important thing you need to do. Otherwise, don't buy right now those big items. You will be sorry otherwise. So waiting. If your home now needs some resolutions, it's a good time. Renovating property is also a possibility. Some of you may even end up buying a property or a new car during this Jupiter time. Like I said, be cautious now. All the paperwork should be read very, 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 very carefully. But because Jupiter will be in Papa Kartari Yoga. Now, what is Papa Kartari Yoga? When a good planet like Jupiter in next door house, they have a bad planet, and on the other side also is a bad planet. We call it Papa Kartari Yoga. It's like you living in a house, and on your right side neighbors are bad, and your left side neighbors are bad. You're kind of jammed up between those two bad people, and you need to always be so careful on what you do. Something like that is happening. So if you want to escape that suffocating feeling, you may have to stop being lazy. Get up and go out and get involved in things you like to do or need to do. Staying home is going to hurt you. Don't be lazy. Be on the watchful to see what really needs to be done, and don't procrastinate the things that you should be doing. Your 9th house Lord Sun will be in the 2nd house, indicating that you will have it will be a good time available to you also. Now, what can you do for any difficult energy? Again, is you can chant Gayatri Mantra. I will put the link in the below. Perhaps I won't put the link, but I'll put the name of the mantra, and you can search the YouTube and understand the lyrics. If you can't recite, at least listen every day. It will help you. Moving forward to Capricorn. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for supporting my channel, visiting throughout the year 2022. I appreciate it, and best of luck on the new year. And here we go for January 2023. Saturn on January 17, your ascendant Lord Saturn will be no, I apologize. Yes, that's correct actually. Your ascendant Lord Capricorn will be in your 2nd house in the sign of Aquarius. It's time that you start developing good bond with your family. You need to appreciate what you have, save your resources, and avoid wasteful expenses. You have to learn to work with others and with what you got, even if it is less than what you really like to have. You have to still work on it. For any project that could be. So no complaining, oh, I only have this much, so I cannot achieve my goals. That's not what the planets are going to like to see in your attitude. Now, Venus is the Lord of your 5th and the 10th house. It indicates that you need to learn to live up to your commitments and deliver what you are expected to deliver. Keep your promises. A lot of efforts will be required from you to invest in your work relationships and your marital relationships. Okay, so be careful with your expenses also, and buy only what you really need. Don't buy wasteful things. Mars being retrograde in your 5th house indicates that you have a good chance of getting the money that was lost before. So, some people may have displaced it in the incorrect place, for example, and thought they don't know what, it didn't happen, they don't know what happened to the money. You will recover it. Now your kids will do good too. Your mother's health will improve. You will be very productive and you will go in the right direction in your life. Yay, that's good. Saturn in your 2nd house indicates that you need to be very careful with your money. It can only give you gain if you it's going to be a slow process to gain any money for you. So try not to speculate in stock market. So it's no for you. For a quick, especially if you think you can get a quick profit, it's not going to work. Stay away from any quick schemes and gambling and stock market or crypto investments. Don't do that. Okay, at this time you may feel like getting isolated from others, or you may simply want to you may feel like, okay, I want to move away from this house and buy another one, but refrain from doing so at this time, because this is just a temporary phase. It will go away and later on you will regret that move to buy another house, because you really don't need to buy another house. You can or get another apartment, or change your landlord. That kind of thing is also involved in what I said. You can do good to deal with any tough energy by serving the poor, needy, donating black items to the needy people, and doing Hanuman Chalisa. If you don't understand the lyrics, first read them, and then you can just listen to it daily, or at least on Tuesdays and Saturdays. If you don't know the meaning, it's not useless to listen. Those who are able to recite, that's even great. With that, I congratulate you for being very patient, and Happy New Year to you. Now let's talk about Aquarius. Hello Aquarius, let's talk about your horoscope for your sign for the month of January 2023. Happy New Year to you, and thank you for your support throughout the last year, and I hope you keep coming here, keep visiting here, and let's talk about your predictions now. Now your ascendant lord Saturn, Saturn will be entering in your ascendant actually, which is your lord also, on January 17. Mars retrograde will be in your 4th house, may have created a very messy situation for your home life or property or even uncomfortable life. So slowly things will start to get better. You must learn to accept things the way they are, because Saturn can improve them in your life slowly, and whatever results slowly will come, they will be here to stay. So it's time to acknowledge that and put that that you can improve yourself. You may have to sometimes some things simply to let it go. Those things that are not important, you have to identify what things you really need to keep and what you really need to let it go. When I say things, it could be people, it could be projects also. So it's up to you to find a way how to identify those things. Mercury retrograde in your 11th house will create a lot of frustrating circumstances also, because even though you will be cutting efforts to get some gains, you will be putting some efforts to get some gains, but it won't be happening now too fast. Take it easy, because most of the Mercury, when it goes direct, things will get better. It will start getting better with your investments also. So the month of January is trying to help you to settle down also, but it may not be easy for you until the end of January. Since Saturn is a slow moving planet, so your results will be slow also. Therefore, have lots of patience during this month. During the, it's just a little bit, all will be well at the end, but just be patient for most of the early January or mid January even. The gain would be for you is to have the gains that you want, to remove the negative energy. The best thing for you to do is to chant the mantra Hanuman Chalisa, if possible daily, or maybe at least on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or just one day. If you don't know the language, you can read the lyrics and then just listen to it. Without understanding what is being said in the mantras, it's not going to help you out. So I will make that mention in the description for you. So thank you for watching. Now let's talk about Pisces. Hello Pisces, thank you for visiting my channel, and you have been very loyal here, and I appreciate it. You have a happy new year, and let's talk about your January predictions. For you Pisces, Mercury is your 4th and 7th lord, and which is retrograde, bringing you a slow and confusing start of the January. Things might be slow for you. You may be dealing with procrastination and laziness because there is so much confusion around you and you don't know where to start. Okay, now you may end up paying too much attention in one part of your life instead of having it a balanced attention to other areas also that may need your attention, and so don't focus too much on any one project, but just keep attending to other projects also, or people. That applies to people also. Pay enough attention to your career even if you don't feel like. Maybe the situation will be at least until January 20 or after is like that. Then it's going to start changing, because Mercury retrograde, when it changes, things will be different. On January 17, Saturn moves into your 12th house in the Aquarius sign. Your ascendant now will be in Papa Kartari Yoga. Papa Kartari means there's a bad planet on left side of your ascendant, and there is a bad planet on the other side of your planet. So therefore you feel like kind of a tough energy on you, and then on top of that, so how does that work? Rahu in your second house make you feel like you want to achieve a lot in many areas of your life, and then in your 12th house also you have Saturn. So it's like it's going to put restraints. Saturn wants you to go slow, and the Rahu says let's do this and let's do that. In the middle you're like, what do I do? Go or slow down, or go or do this one or not? Just all will be balanced a little bit time. So just have patience. Okay, those who are in the research, or who are students and they're entrepreneur, business people, scientists, those kinds of people will, though if you are in one of those areas, they will benefit you. So basically what I want to say is that for you also, if you're Pisces, okay, Pisces means your ascendant lord is Jupiter, and it will benefit you if you wake up your Jupiterian energy, okay, which means that if you think of forgiving the person even when they are not that great to you, that's a very saintly thinking, and that's appeases Jupiter, and it wakes up that good energy. Be forgiving, don't argue with people, and be a religious person in the religious means good human being. Spread happiness around you, talk gently, and do meditation and yoga. With that, I'm going to end talking about your sign, and now I want to tell everybody who's watching this channel again, happy new year to all of you. Thank you for visiting my channel, and don't forget to subscribe and leave your comments here and not in my inbox, and please like here and share with other people too. Thank you, and God bless you, and see you next time.